Welcome to From Poundland to Paradise, your monthly guide of all things Walsall FC. I'm Sadler out, he's Sadler maybe, and today we're going to be summarising November 2023, a dismal month for the Sadlers. Let's get down to it. So thanks for joining us again. Before we get into November, let's start with that absolute shit show that we just witnessed. Not necessarily the scoreline. Barrow are making history right now. Losing 2-0 to them away from home is not something necessarily to be ashamed of.
Yeah.
But I think that the final straw, not that I was not going to be Sadler out before it, I was anyway, but when he took off DJ and Draper on 55 minutes for Matt and DJT, I'm sorry, I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to be like reactionary or whatever,
wild.
but you're absolutely tapped if you think that is remotely normal behaviour.
It's extremely questionable from a totally inexperienced manager, so I don't know what to say anymore. I don't know what to think anymore.
Yeah, poor performance overall.
Yeah,
tonight.
overall, yeah. There's a couple of flashes of chances, but that was it.
But it's just the culmination of a month of hell, basically.
Definitely,
which we can get into now.
Well,
like I said,
started off nicely.
I'm not surprised. Yeah, it did start off nicely. I'm not necessarily surprised again that we lost to Barrow,
Same.
and that we played so poorly. That's fine. Overall, it could be fine. But when it culminates, how bad we've been. If that was a one-off, it'd be one thing. But so we beat Sheppey 4-1 at the first game of the month in the cup, and that papers over a lot of cracks because we've scored 6 goals in 5 in the month of November. But we have to remember that 4 of them come against plumbers and bricklayers. So it's 2 goals in 4 against professional teams. That's a goal every 2 games in League 2, which is one of the most sort of high octane, high goals leagues in Europe. It's probably like the most interesting league in the EFL right now. Even like non-League 2 club fans are like keeping an eye on it.
100%.
Because you've got multiple teams bagging like 3 a game on average. You've got loads of teams hitting 2 a game.
Yeah.
It's a great league, and we are absolutely stinking it up.
Yes. It is
But what about
terrible.
the Sheppey game, though? I mean, we did dispatch them, I suppose. Did you watch it on the old... I can't remember, did we watch it together on the old telly? Or?
No, it was on ITV4
I watched it
something.
with my family, I think.
Yeah, I watched it at home with Mrs. and I mean, we conceded first, and I was just like, "What is going on? This could be one of those nights." And then, came back nicely, just dispatched them 4 goals in a row and didn't concede again. Yeah, nice, but it's to be, you've got to be doing that if you're gonna want to get anywhere in League 2. You've got to be dispatching plumbers and.
Yeah.
So,
and then you'd hope to do a lot better against the other teams in your league after that.
Yeah.
You might have thought that was sort of a turning point because, as you remember, October wasn't particularly bright. We were sort of like, half and half. But then, so then we built on that with getting the result against Sheppey. You think, okay, it's going to turn around. Knowles looked, we finally got his goal. Maybe get a bit of confidence and maybe he'll click into gear because he's been way off it, I think.
Pretty good.
But no, because then we had Harrogate at home. Again, played well. Absolutely battered them.
Yeah.
Completely annihilated them all 90 minutes.
Dominated the game, all the play, all the shots, everything, and then just right at the end.
Again, with the late goals conceded,
it feels like the
all season.
Yeah, it feels like the Flynn era again, where we just conceding right at the death again.
And this is not the first pod that we've talked about that. Crazy. We talked about that in September as well. And August, I think.
It's not actually new either. Really.
We love conceding late goals. And I remember saying to you, because I think we watched that together, I can't remember, but I remember saying to you that, like, I was gutted going into injury time because I was like, or getting towards the end of the game, saying like, we're only going to get a point. This is a joke. We should easily pick up an easy 3 points here. We've literally had battered them. And then we didn't even get the point. And I remember just being like, that's
so
mental.
Depressing. Yeah, so depressing. I mean, what can you say? Yeah, it's just not good enough.
Well, you can say 2 words.
Yeah.
Sadler. Anyone on to
I don't. Yeah.
On to Shrewsbury.
If there's a better one, then yeah. on
Well,
offer.
we'll come on to
that. Yeah.
There's definitely some sort of,
Harrogate,
there's some
absolutely
cadavers
gutting.
out there. There's, just like drifters who live under bridges and that. There's like anyone alive. There's just like 80-year-old Americans who call it soccer and have never watched a game. Just anyone. Trivella, that guy, the Ben, whatever his name is.
Ben Boycott.
He should be the manager. That's how. Anyway, we'll come on to it. So Shrewsbury away, 3-2 loss in the old Cup of Cups.
Again, kind of maybe papered some cracks. I don't know.
Yeah, because the performance was all right, but the problem was ultimately it meant nothing. So
yeah, obviously it meant nothing anyway. But
because again, we didn't try in that competition, even though I don't know, whatever. I say that every year.
Yeah,
I think we should try in it more, but I know I'm in the minority on that, so whatever.
But the fact, we scored 2 against
good team,
a League One team,
good League One team, and they were
away.
We were probably both resting players, so all in all, decent performance. But again, didn't get anything. Then onto FGR at home at the weekend.
Wait a minute. So we scored 4 in the cup and 2 in another cup. Was that all the goals for?
Yeah,
November?
exactly. Because then we
Christ.
lost 1-0 to Harrogate, drew 0-0 with FGR.
I know we only had 3 games.
Yeah. So we only scored in 2
league.
of the 5 games, and
Wow.
both of those
games
goals came in the. All 6 of those goals came in those 2 cup games.
Yeah.
And then in the 3 league games, we scored no goals.
Wow.
So that's pretty cool.
Jesus Christ.
And
So
we got 1 clean sheet, which was at the weekend against FGR, which we went to. And obviously, I was getting the booze out.
Poor
You know what I
draw.
mean? I'm sorry, but when he brought on Matt.
yeah.
And I'm sorry, I
Again,
don't care. You can act like I'm one of them off AFTV or whatever of Walsall, but like, I'm sorry, man. It's just mad. Like,
Yeah.
I had some guy in front
It
of
is
me
mad.
being like, some old guy being like, why are you like booing and that? And I'm like, how are you not?
Yeah.
This is, it's like an abuse. I feel
I
abused.
didn't boo personally because I just think there's all them kids there, and I just think of if that's what happened when I was going, I would have thought I'm never coming back here. You know what I mean? But I went, and everyone was proud, and you know what I mean. And
I want the
I think
kids
we
to
just
know
drew
that
as well
like
when I
it's,
first went
that
to
we
Walsall.
deserve better.
That's true as well,
They
but
should
they
still
don't
come.
understand it like that. They
you're
ain't
probably
going to be
right.
like, oh well, let's have a look at the table. Oh no,
I should
okay.
probably stop that when I take my daughter to the game in a few years. To be fair.
Yeah.
You're right, but anyway,
That's the
I
only
booed.
reason I didn't boo though. If they weren't there on that day, I probably would.
Overcome with emotion, and it's it's annoying. Whatever.
That's what happens. But the ref in that game.
But yeah, we had more class reffing. Obviously, that's another trope that we've been over a million times.
The EFL really, really, really need to look into it. And I was saying to you at the game, I might just quit doing the podcast and just make a documentary about how terrible referees are, and just hopefully change something, but probably not. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah,
that's how passionate I'm getting about it, because it's
The
changing.
ref pod.
Like a clear penalty. You know what I mean? And maybe we might not have scored it.
It's going to take a lot more effort though to film the whole document. You know what I mean? We're going to have to
Jesus, yeah.
dedication and that. But someone should make a documentary about this
Someone
corruption and
definitely
evil that is EFL reffing,
Mm.
because it's beyond a joke. But anyway, the reffing was bad, but still garbage performance, 0-0, not good enough
No.
against just team in the gutter.
Yeah.
And then obviously there was Barrow tonight, which was a 2-0 loss, if I remember
2-0
correctly.
loss. 2-0
That's
loss.
pretty class, isn't it? So
We got a goal
2-0
disallowed. It was
loss.
a nice goal.
Oh yeah, we did have that nice goal when I can't remember.
Offside. I think Hutch had the.
That was it. It was
yeah,
Hutch
and
who
then
had the
Draper
strike, and
followed
then
it.
Draper was the one who got the follow up. But it was good. It was all
Yeah.
right. There was a pass
Didn't
through
count.
to Hutch. I can't remember who hit the pass, but it was good.
Yeah, there was some nice play tonight in a way, but again, there's always nice play, and
Yeah,
then
but
it
I
doesn't
think
lead
not
to
enough
anything.
though,
and
really,
just-
compared to
and
how
we're not
Alston's played
commanding
before.
anything. Basically, we're just if we can get it round their box, it's just all jittery, and we don't go to the other team, and then we let them come to us way too much, and then
Yeah.
we just can't build anything. The only time we pass it around is at the back with the keeper and that, and it's just
Without the ball, we're just way too passive. There's no pressing. We sit off all the time.
that's it. Except
We just let them have loads of space.
maybe Sturk, and we were relying on Draper to do that before, but now he's obviously on Saturday he looked like a shell of himself.
He's probably still carrying the
Obviously,
injury a little
it's
bit,
just- yeah, he's a kid and it's just the injury, but
and he's lacking
Look,
match
that's fine.
fitness.
as well, and
He will get sharper, but like you said, when you're expecting him to do all the legwork up there,
exactly, yeah.
But, I mean, we've sort of been over the Barrow game, but the main thing of it is, like, I think Sadler's done a good job. I guess let's come on to Sadler. Yeah. That he's done a good job in making us play better. I do think it's more entertaining than under Flynn. So I'd say the situation is as dire but less boring. Although the problem is it's starting to get boring now, though, because now we're starting to not score goals for sort of like multiple games in a row. We're having these, you say that we play well with the passing and everything and the triangles, and that is true, but like that's getting less and less.
Definitely.
Even in this month, you look at the change of that game against Harrogate, like when we did Barrow, I don't think we look anything like that anymore.
No.
These last two games, at least, and even maybe you could say Shrewsbury was all right, but
yeah.
I still think overall I think we're regressing. Individual players are regressing. The whole team's regressing. We're going backwards. Yeah. And I think that, honestly, that substitution alone...
is mental. Yeah.
Makes you wonder, does he want to be sacked?
I mean, on Saturday as well, it wasn't good. What was that on 60? It was
that was when he brought that on, wasn't it? Yeah, we were like, good God.
Just put DJ on.
But to do the two of them together, I mean, that was just...
I think he
self-sabotage, didn't he?
Before, actually, earlier in the season, weren't we talking about that? Was it?
Oh yeah, I seem to remember that. Yeah.
DJ.
Wasn't it on 60 Minutes as well? We were laughing about how he's the 60 Minutes. Somebody takes him off every time on 60 Minutes.
We just already.
He loves that shit.
No, it's only a couple of months.
I was saying to our cameraman Fozzie before we started that, like he must have gone in at half time and said to Draper and DJ, all right lads, you got 10 minutes to go out there and score a hat-trick or you're off, and then on come, because it's 55 minutes.
Jesus Christ, yeah, 55
so
minutes.
After 10 minutes he was like, I've seen enough. Jamil and DJ get ready. You're like, come on man.
Oh God,
you just can't be serious.
Yeah, definitely our two best strikers, and how haven't they got like at least 60 or 75 minutes, so you know what I mean, 75 minutes. And we've got nothing, then why not? Fuck it, why not? Just do it, but 54. It's just crazy.
At times the selections have been questionable, the subs have been questionable.
Mm.
And you have to ask as well that, like part of a manager's job or a coach's job is to improve players, and I just see far too many players that are getting worse than they were last year, than they were under Flynn, honestly.
Injuries as well.
Daniels... even DJ as well. I know everyone's still pining for him, and for a while I was kind of like, well, Sadler did leave him out the team and whatever, but he's having a decent run of games now. I feel like in November he's played quite a lot. DJ, and I don't think he's anywhere near what he was during that spell.
No, not at all.
I don't necessarily blame him. I think this could be levelled at the manager. Although we're playing decent sort of stuff and some players are looking good. Gordon's playing quite well, and Sturk's playing quite well, and Tierney before he got injured.
Yeah.
But in general, I see a lot of like big players, Daniels, Knowles, DJ, Evo, that are going backwards, if you ask me, and regressing. And
I know.
But where do you stand on him, Sadler? Are you in or out?
In general, in or out? Probably out at. I don't know. Probably out at this stage, but I don't know really. It's if there's someone better on the table, then but right now I can't see anyone. You had a look earlier, and
well,
I don't know.
That's the thing. I don't know if there's necessarily much out there like conventionally, like ones that will actually make sense. But there's a couple of things that, like in an ideal world, like I still think Mark Hughes probably has a lot to offer, and he got sacked by Bradford. But then again, would he come to us? I don't know. I know he did, he ended up getting sacked because he was doing a poor job this season with them. But I think, I mean, if you look back over his whole career, though, I don't think he's as washed as some people think. I think he's got something to offer, and I would give him a chance if he would give us a chance. And then there's Paul Cook at Chesterfield. I don't know if he'd leave them, but they're absolutely romping the National League, and he's like, an absolute, EFL GOAT, especially in the lower tiers, the last two tiers. So I'm sure he could do a great job as well, but
Trella, the thing about what everyone said when they appointed Bat Sadler is they've gone for the cheap option.
There you go.
And it's a Walsall thing to do, but we've got new owners. We shouldn't be doing Walsall things, you know what I mean? We should be changing.
We should be doing Wrexham things, innit?
Yeah.
Gee, look at the Yanks that they've got. Where we have their Yanks.
To be fair, did you see that camera? Your brother pointed out.
Oh yeah. We were. Do you mean at the game? Yeah, there was two. There was a woman down the front pointing it at me when I was chanting some mad shit about someone. Yeah, it was quite. I was like, oh. And there was a guy down the right. Yeah.
Bloody ref awareness week.
I wonder what they actually were doing. Do you know? Does anyone send anything on Twitter?
Nah, it must be some content for something.
But anyway, I don't think they're doing like a Trevella welcome to Walsall or whatever, but they should. And whatever it takes to get us some money in so that they'll get in their pockets and get Wayne Rooney in or whatever, who cares? Just do something. And even if you're not gonna even if people are like, oh, there's not really anyone out there, I don't care. Just anything's better than this.
I feel like
at what point do you just say, let's try anything other than this?
At the start, it was like a lot of people were saying he's the cheap option. I'm like, we've got him now, so let's just see.
Yeah, same. Give him a chance.
The playing style was looking great, and we were scoring. And up until last month, obviously we had the good win against Gillingham, but even then it was like, yeah, the rest is depressing. And then this month has just been awful. We can't really have if we have a December like that, then we'll definitely be in like 20th, 21st place or something.
Yeah.
We were thinking relegation and that, and it's just not. He will definitely be out before Christmas if this carries on, but I just hope for the best. But yeah, I'm not really a football managers kind of expert, so I don't have a.
Nah, me neither, and I'm not going to lie, especially in the lower tier. That's why,
people have been saying Sadler out since like September, August or something,
I'd say I'm very much a focus on Warsaw, and I'm very bad at caring about the rest of the league and that, you know what I mean?
Same, I'm guilty of that, definitely, 100%.
Not terror, I'm not like a complete casual, but I am quite casual with it. I'm not sitting there knowing every single player in Yeovil's team or whatever, or Burton Albion's team or whatever, and knowing about all League 1, League 2 Championship players. It's I know about our players and I know a little bit about teams we're about to play.
Yeah.
And other than that, I'm like any other normal casual fan who watches Champions League, Premier League, whatever. And I've always been like that. So I'm not an expert, which is why my picks are really casual, you know what I mean? Mark Hughes and Paul Cook, it's the casuals picks, you know what I mean? These are the big names. Maybe there are some lads out there who are just doing an all right job in the sort of mid-table in League 2 on a small budget, and there'll be some members of our audience who are actually proper clued up, who know who these people are. Get them in. Yeah, and I would give a try to an experienced non-league coach, maybe.
Yeah.
Someone in the National League or even the National League North who's been doing a good job for a few years.
Maybe.
But someone with experience of being in dressing rooms.
To change that around. Because Flynn, if you think about it, yeah, he seems like he's experienced, but how long was he?
He's not really that experienced. I think Newport was his first job, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it was his first job, wasn't it, Newport?
I'm sure it was.
Yeah, I think he's not like he's Alex Ferguson or anything.
Well, when he came in, people were he's got
safe pair of hands. I think it's because that he got them to the playoffs 2 or 3 years in a row, so it
some cup runs and stuff.
It makes it look a lot longer when you're really good for a short period of time.
Obviously, and
oh yeah, well he's having his struggles, isn't he? Let's get him back.
True. Oh, I don't know.
But I like you with
cursed with injuries, same as last year, and
that's another thing.
Going to be able to really deal with that. Obviously, they say if you sign players who are holding injury or liable to injury, then it is the manager's fault. But most of the time, surely you can't see that coming. I don't know.
Yeah, and to be fair, usually nowadays it should be the club's fault, especially because most of the time it's the manager don't necessarily sign the players anymore.
Well, that's
and especially if Trevella are going for this modern, which they claim to be.
Exactly.
Which I like, by the way. I like the idea of having a philosophy, signing the players, and it don't matter who the manager is. Yeah. Because that way we can toss them out and get a new one, and it still.
I do like that as well.
I think it makes sense, especially in the lower leagues where everything's so frantic and that. You can't be having this romanticised idea that you're going to have Arsene Wenger for 20 years or whatever. It's just, it's not realistic, you know what I mean? We're trying not to go down every year at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry if it seems frantic to sack all the time, and maybe we need to give him time. We just don't have.
To me, it does seem frantic to sack all the time, but again, if it's not working, then you've got to change something. Then
what can you do, man? It ain't you know what I mean?
It's
be one thing if it was League 1 as well, because if we went down from there, there's always a chance you can go back up. But it's just going down to the National League is
between 1 and 2,
terrifying.
but this is being on. That's like a big cliff to drop off. It's not 100%. Just a little step. Like
you're never climbing back up basically for like 20 years. Like a lot of these big.
Or you've got to be amazing. Like
EFL clubs.
Yeah, putting a lot of money in. I don't know.
Like people take the piss out of Wrexham and stuff now. You know what I mean? As if. I think a lot of people think they were Russia Olympic forever and now they've got money and promoted, but they were a huge football league club for decades, for like a century. And all during our childhood in the 90s and 2000s and that, they were like in the early 2000s and 90s and 80s, they were like Walsall, I'd say, Walsall level club. Probably bigger, really. In terms
I was going to say, if not bigger, but then obviously the
you know what I mean? You play
them,
they got a decent, 15,000 seater ground or whatever, and they were like a decent sized team.
Yeah, good fan base.
And now they're, going places, but
maybe like
they were down there forever, and we'll be down there for just as long.
We could definitely. This is how it happens. Imagine like Scunthorpe, and they went 2 down straight away. Didn't they?
Oldham. I didn't Oldham go down 2. I'm pretty sure they were founders of the Premier League, and now they're in. I'm pretty sure they're in Russia Olympics. That
sucks, man.
Or at the very least, they're in National League.
Yeah, they're definitely in National League. They might be in Russia also. Yeah.
Which is just mental, isn't it?
I imagine if Russia went up and we went down, and we had like.
I was joking about that at the start of this season. I was like, imagine we get to play each other. That'd be so sick.
It'd be sick, but it's also depressing that that's kind of on the cards.
It would be.
But I was gonna say,
club is over.
What about Graham Alexander? Didn't he get picked up
by someone though?
Well, yeah,
I can't remember, but I feel like he signed for someone recently, but I can't remember who.
That's what I mean.
I could be wrong, but if not, I mean, he's definitely a candidate.
Yeah, I'd say maybe. He was linked with the job before Sadler got it, but...
Well, that was the thing. I remember in the summer I was wanting like him or Carl Robinson or a couple of others, but I think maybe they all ended up with jobs by now, probably.
Yeah.
All the good ones.
We'll see.
But anyway, so you were saying, like, if we have a bad December, that's the thing about the December busy festive period, you know what I mean? It can be different sides of the coin. If you have like an amazing December, God, your whole season can be like transformed, you know what I mean? Imagine if we won like, say 5 of these games are in the league, if we won like 4 of them, we could be like on the verge of the playoffs. But bro, it's so easy. These games come so thick and fast. If you're in a bad run of form and you're playing 3 games in 8 days, you can lose all them. Before you know it, you actually are in the bottom 2 or near it. It's not that far off.
Yeah,
I don't know how many points we are above, but it's not that many.
Not that many, no. I think we're 19th now.
It's by no means impossible. So, we've got Alfreton in the FA Cup this Saturday.
Yeah, this
on the BBC, which we're going to go to the pub and watch, which is going to be really cool. Are we going to watch it at the Black Country Arms?
Yeah, I think that'd be a shout.
So if anyone else goes to the Black Country Arms, anyone watches this and goes there, feel free to chat to us.
Definitely.
And we'll talk about Sadler out and that. But so Alfreton in the FA Cup, and then we got Notts County away in the league.
That's going to be tough.
That's going to be a loss right there. Tranmere at home. Accrington away, Crewe at home, Wrexham at home.
Yeah, all tough, really.
So yeah, I'd say it's a tough month, and it could be. This is where you're asking yourself, do you make the gamble now? Because we've got this cup game this week, which means we haven't got a league game until the following Saturday. So we've got about a week and a half. Sack him right now and get someone in, because that cup game, we can win that without a coach.
Well,
think.
Yeah, literally, yeah, surely.
And if we don't, whatever, we've got bigger fish to fry right now. Who cares?
Yeah.
We need to not.
It would be incredibly
this is getting out of hand. Let's get someone in, get Sadler. We can't have keep Sadler around in the hope that he gets us through that Alfreton game.
Yeah. I don't care about
way too big a gamble.
FA Cup at all. I don't care about any cup over the league, to be honest.
Not right now. Normally I would, but when it's this dire, you need to act.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%.
So I say get him out and then have someone in place by Notts County. Hopefully we'll get that new manager bounce, and
I hope so.
I think there's enough good players there. What do you think in terms of the squad? I know we've had a lot of injuries, but some people are coming back now. Farquhar and Draper. We're still missing Tierney, but what do you think of the squad overall? Do you think there are the raw materials there with the right coach?
Yeah, 1000%. We said this loads of times, haven't we? Really, that he's got the materials, like you say. He's got the squad. The players are there. Obviously, the injuries have been a thing, but like you say, again, most of them coming back, and yeah, I think they should definitely be pushing. The skill they've shown definitely can be one to
be pushing for the at least top half, maybe even playoffs. You know,
at least relegated to National League, which is where we're going. Nah, I do. I think we've got good players. I think, and we do have a fair few options. Is Ote been injured forever? What happened to him? Because I liked him.
He must have got injured because
he was good earlier in the season, but yeah, I think overall we've even got some people who can come in and out, and it's not that bad. We have options, and I think with the right manager who can get the best out of the players, I do think there's enough talent there for this team. Definitely not to be in trouble. Yeah. We are not in the bottom 2 worst squads in this league. We've watched all of this lot play, and very few of them have actually gone, oh, they're class, aren't they? Got really good players.
Exactly.
There are a few we've seen, and we've been like, fair play, they're just better than us. But I don't think that's the case for
not many, though.
The majority of the league at all. I think it is down to the coach at the end of the day. But as I'm sure you'll all enjoy, you know, as it gets worse and worse and he stays in the job, he can really get them chants going and having fun with it, you know what I mean? Get the Sadler out parade going. But I'm gutted because I think we talked about this before, but how lucky it falls for me. The first there's 2 away games, and then after that I go to Germany for Christmas because my wife's German, and we're going to Germany for Christmas on the 16th, and that's when a run of 3 home games in 4 starts, including Wrexham, so I'm not going to get to meet like Ryan Reynolds or anything. And
no good.
and I'll be in Germany. I'll miss all them chances to boo as well, like Tranmere. That's going to be a class boo. Because by then it's going to be like truly biblical, you know what I mean? We're going to be like bottom of the league.
Yeah.
No booing available because I'll be out of the country. Just absolute wounder, basically. So you got to do double the booing for me.
I'll just be silently crying, basically. That'll be my vibe.
The Boo Boys need you, bro. You just jump on the Boo Boys. Come on, jump on the Boo Boys side, man.
I might do. If it keeps being this bad, then yeah, I think I will. Because, yeah, I'm getting sick of it. I'm optimistic and all, but yeah, this October was tough. This month was dire, and if December's anything like this month, then it's definitely out for me, 1000%. Right now I'm like maybe 50-50 or something ish, because I don't see any other manager, and I just don't want to throw someone out just to then just get anyone in, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's the most I could ever be.
He knows most of the players quite well, so that makes me think, you know, something can work, but it's not looking good.
I think he knows failure well. What was it that Jose Mourinho said about Arsene Wenger? He's an expert in failure. I think that's what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
And I think next time on Twitter someone says, like, oh, well, who would you bring in? It's like, I'd bring in my dead nan, you know what I mean?
So you'd bring in your dead nan?
I'd bring in anyone. Oh, I'd do it like tomorrow and it'd be way better.
All right. So it's safe to say you're Sadler out?
I'd say it should be AI, should be the manager.
AI, yeah.
And it's just sort of like, he gets like stats and he's just like, I pick 4-3-3 and I pick these players, and he just uses stats to pick the right ones. And then in the team talk, he just isn't retarded and just tells them normal things.
Football match.
Exactly. Would be sick.
That'd be sick as well. It'd be like a media thing. We get loads of attention. Or
got an AI manager.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Sick. Like how FGR's like the vegan club, and they get loads of publicity from that.
And Crawley's the crypto club.
And sponsors and that. Yeah, Crawley's the crypto club. We could be like the AI club. This is the kind of shit that Trevella should be thinking about.
Yeah,
why aren't we working for you? You know what I mean?
Exactly. Hire us now.
If you weren't so thick, you could come up with sick ideas like this.
Exactly.
And then you just
too busy buying Irish teams.
Exactly. Stop buying Irish teams. Hire us, and we'll pay to like develop an AI manager.
Yeah.
And he'll pick the team and he'll give team talks with like good tactics and that. And I'm just telling you now, it won't be any worse than it is now. That's all I'm saying. Definitely. I'm not saying it'll be better, but it won't. That's how bad it is.
Can't be worse, surely.
Honestly, a 9-year-old from Morecambe who's never seen a Walsall game, who just, you know, played FIFA 23, just get him in, and you're probably just by law of averages going to win more games than we've won. Because that's how bad this is. No manager. If there wasn't a manager, if the players just went out on their own and there wasn't even organisation about it, they just had to appear at 3:00 on Saturday, just get in their kits and just go out and say, "Oh, how was your week?" and they don't even know each other. They just still will be better than this. So, I'm proper Sadler out right now. So anyway, so I guess we wrap up by saying Sadler out, Sadler out, Sadler out. And stay frosty, Sadler out. Peace, all the best, Sadler out.
One's the December.
Oh yeah. We talked about this. We need to either record it on New Year's Eve in person or do it over Skype or do it in January.
Yeah, I'll do it in January.
So, but either way, there will be a December episode.
And we should definitely do a special.
I think maybe a New Year 2024. Maybe we could do January as a special.
Yeah.
Because December might be a struggle to have guests and that, you know what I mean, with me being out of the country. I don't know if they should be in the podcast. It's a bit boring, isn't it? Maybe they like it.
But anyway, thanks for tuning in, everyone.
Thank you so much for tuning in.
If you liked it, comment, share, subscribe. We really appreciate it. It helps us keep going.
From Poundland to Paradise everywhere on all the socials. Share it with your mates. Sadler out.
And we'll see you for December or January. And we definitely will have a guest on.
Yeah, I think we should do December normal and then in January have maybe like a round table with like 4 or 5 people. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess. Like a big bonanza, like a 2024. And we could look, because think about it, it'll be just after the January transfer window as well. So we can talk about like transfers and we can look to the future and see how bleak it's going to be.
With our new manager, though.
We can make predictions.
We'll have a new manager by then, so.
Yeah, that'd be class. We'd like a sort of half-season review and second half of the season prophecy.
What would you do
If we didn't have if we got like 1 point in December and Sadler was still in the job in January, he still had a job with us?
I think I'd honestly just start supporting Villa. West Brom. I think I'd just say like there's no point anymore.
Fuck's sake.
It's just an abuse against me, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just being like
It's
an abusive
Villa season
relationship. You're
tickets.
just trolling me now and all the rest of thousands of us, and I'm not doing it anymore.
It's probably time to get a half-season Villa ticket. You know what
I thought you were going to say a half season war something. I was going to having a laugh at you.
Oh God. Yeah.
I feel
Peace,
just
man.
horrible when I give them money, honestly, right now. When I go to the game, I just feel like
Well,
cheated, you know what I mean? And
It's
the
nice to
prices,
help
we
you
can go
keep
into
going.
that in another
yeah.
game. But Travella,
Bonanza.
take my mad money that you're fleecing me, like 25 quid a time, which is just an abomination, and buy some players in January
Yeah.
and bring in
Players,
a
please.
new manager, and please let's have the top half finish. And thanks for listening. We love you all. Peace, peace, peace. Sadler out, Sadler out, Sadler out, Sadler out.
Bye, 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 bye. Whoop.